French President Emmanuel Macron has announced that the country would be hiking its defense budget for the upcoming years by a massive proportion. The announcement comes just a day after more than 1 million people protested in several French cities against a proposed reform to cut pensions deficits. Given the situation on the domestic front, this proposed hike in the annual defense budgets might rattle many, and perhaps this proposal might even run into rough weather. French cities have been witnessing huge demonstrations against the pension reforms on and off since last 3 years, and this announcement might prove very costly for the French president. In this video, we decode how massive the proposed defense budget hikes are, what are the areas France is looking to focus on, and most importantly, why this proposal has been put forward. But before that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to One India. The increase in the quantum of budgetary allocation is staggering, almost to the tune of 1/3, which means the country is looking to augment its defense budget up to 1/3 from the previous years. The hiked allocation has been proposed for the year 2024 to 2030. The budget for the period will stand at 413 billion euros, up from 295 billion euros in 2019 to 2025. This would imply, on average, a 28.5% increase in the annual military budget from 49.2 billion euros to 68.8 billion. This will also mean that by 2030, France's military budget would have doubled since Emmanuel Macron took power in 2017. The timing of this announcement is rather very interesting. It was made in the backdrop of defense ministers from NATO and other countries meeting at the Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany amid warnings that Russia will soon re-energize its invasion, in which it has seized parts of Ukraine's east and south. France has already committed to increase the military aid to the war-battered Ukraine along with UK, Poland, USA, etc., even as Germany seems to be wavering. Although France is world's third biggest arms exporter and the European Union's only nuclear power, it has come under criticism for not sending enough weapons to Kyiv. On their part, French officials say operations in Africa and years of chronic underinvestment has made it impossible to do so more immediately. In fact, France had to cease its operation in Mali last year and withdraw its troops from there. So essentially, France is upping the military aid to Ukraine and is also consolidating its own defense system. And perhaps the Russia-Ukraine war is one of the main reasons for this announcement. France is planning to invest massively in drones and military intelligence, areas where French officials claim the recent conflicts have exposed gaps, and that its military should pivot towards a strategy of high-intensity conflict. It plans to beef up its capacity to respond to cyber attacks and would increase by nearly 60% the budget for military intelligence. Throughout the world, the defense forces are of the opinion that conventional warfare would soon be overshadowed by cyber warfare and intelligence warfare, and France does not want to be left behind. Apart from these, France would also be paying particular attention to its military presence in overseas territories, especially in the Indo-Pacific, where new threats are readily emerging. The Réunion Island is an important French military base in the region. The heightened rivalry between China and the United States is adding tension in the region and feeding an arms build-up between the local powers in the Indo-Pacific region. And France is not the only country to bolster its defense spendings in the current scenario. Last month, Japan announced a heavy shift in its military strategy, along with increasing budgets for its defense. Several European nations are also warming up to this idea as well. So, put simply, the expanding unconventional theater of war and growing tensions amid the Russia-Ukraine war seems to have prompted this French decision of hiking its defense budget. We hope you would like this new video. Thank you for watching.